Well, hey, baby, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? See, that's what I'm talking about. All right, a well rounded person. Just want to have some information. Right, so if you don't have issues with shame, but somebody that you love have issues with it, then this is a great video for you because you can understand them a little bit better and understand maybe what they're going through financially. But a lot of people have financial problems because of toxic shame. And what is toxic shame? Toxic shame, according to Pia Melody, is an overwhelming feeling of worthlessness. That's a shame attack. Actually, toxic shame is when you feel like you are defective, flawed, or worthless, undeserving of prosperity or anything good. That's like having a tumor in your body. It has to come out. So normal shame, according to Pia Melody, makes us feel slightly embarrassed. You know, like you're having a conversation with a guy that you like, and then you burp. That's kind of embarrassing. Shame is like maybe you overstep your boundaries a little bit, and somebody tells you about behavior that you did that caused them pain. Normal people feel shame when they cause other people pain, and that shame is to keep us in our right size, to know that we're equals as humans and that everybody deserves respect. That's what normal shame makes you feel. So it's just a mild embarrassment. But toxic shame is when you feel this feeling of worthlessness, and not that you did something wrong, but that the person is wrong, and that is not good. So I asked the cards what should be done about it. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you what they said. Baby, I am not a therapist. Okay. The very first card is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about something from our past. And what I think this card is relating to is that this came from childhood. How we think, how we feel about ourselves, our level of shame is something that we're taught. And we could possibly have it here for us to address today because it needs to be healed. Like, I believe what this card is saying is that it came up for a reason. The toxic shame, when you feel it, it's there to let you know, hey, I have a cancer growth in my spirituality. So, but the cards are kind of bringing it up in a light way. You know, like it's not this terrible tower card. It's like, it's something that you need to deal with, boo. And maybe you would really benefit from working in collaborations with others, perhaps people, whoever this may be for you, because I don't want to necessarily say it's this and that, and it may be something else for you, but like some ideas could be a therapist, a coach, a group, people, maybe, a meetup group that talks about women and empowerment. But whatever the case is talking about working in collaborations with others. Otherwise, many of you are going to just continuously have false starts with prosperity and love. Okay? Like nothing is going to take off because feelings of worthlessness, it's like having a cancerian or a cancer growth. It's not supposed to be there. So the obstacle for $1,500 a week in shame is some of you don't know, some of you maybe have experienced rejection and you don't know what it feels like to have a secure family, or maybe you don't know what it feels like to have security embodied in your body. Also, in regards to shame, this is talking about maybe some generational emotions that were passed down from one generation to the next, just feelings of worthlessness. And it was taught, and somebody taught somebody else. Somebody taught your parents, and somebody taught their parents. And so the cards are saying that, you don't have to take that love offer. Okay? Because your shame is not going to make you have false starts like that. All right? Our shame is just, if it's your shame, it's just a mild embarrassment. But if it's generational, then I feel worthless. And what that means is that I need, according to the cards are saying, well, they came up for a reason, right? And perhaps working in collaborations with people. Now, this is work, though. This is work. You're actually at the earth. You're on the earth, so you're going places. Now, see, for instance, the shame came up in our emotions from the past, right? But the cards are saying that the way to handle this is to get into the earth energy and go and drive to these places where you can pick up the things that you need. Maybe some people need medication. Maybe some people need to join some support groups. Maybe you need to join some swim, whatever you need to do. Because the Three of Coins, actually, I want to read the Three of Coins out of Doreen Virtue's book because it's so good. So the situation that you're inquiring about can succeed with hard work and good planning. So it looks like some of you have been focusing on this. $1,500 a week, $6,000 a month, and of course you came up with some ideas. And that's not new for a lot of you. What's this major arcana is saying that some people come up with ideas all the time, but this low self-esteem or this embarrassment or this feeling of not being worthy of it just keeps on knocking it down. So it just stays at a 3 instead of getting to a 10 with these ideas or with your income or with your life. Some of you, this is an opposition. And the opposition is coming from emotions from when we were a child that needs to be dealt with, preferably in collaborations with others, not just a therapist, but maybe a life coach, maybe some meetup groups, okay? Otherwise, no matter how talented and skilled we are, if that cancer growth is there and we're not getting it out, eventually, whatever new thing we're trying to initiate to make happen is just going to fall apart, especially since that is a major arcana in those first 6 cards. So the major is saying, I know you had a great idea. I think you're talented too. I know you want this money. So yeah, sorry about that distraction. And also, oh, did I finish reading this? Okay. This says that you may receive recognition or even an award for your great talents and skills, right? Focus upon work that involves your passion and carry it out to the best of your abilities because your creativity is highly rewarded, right? So there's a lot of entrepreneurs. There are a lot of talented people. I'm even feeling like I'm talking to somebody from organizations. And, you know, and people don't even know that you suffer like this because you look so good on the outside, right? And that could actually be an obstacle. But, you know, on the inside, this is still bothering you. And no matter how much talent you have, you know, a new start is not going to take place until these things are addressed, preferably in collaborations with others. You know, this may be a 12-step program. As a matter of fact, let me see. Loss. Okay. Yeah, okay. So what they're saying is that with the Two of Wands reversed, what it's saying is that, you know, you'll go so far, we'll go so far, and then the old beliefs start to creep up. And then, you know, somebody may feel lost and then drop the ball, and instead of going to, you know, the 6 of coins or the 9 of coins, we go back to the 2 or the ace again. And you're coming in as the ace, too, and feeling kind of just tired and sad about it. And some of you may be choosing bad lovers in order to deal with, you know, maybe your lack of accomplishment or just, or maybe you just not making what you want to make in your lifetime. So, yeah, that was really good. Thank you, Oracle. That was really good. I would not have been able to pull that out at all. So what the cards are saying is that the past, the betrayal, the lies, the emptiness, the loneliness, the pain, the stupidity, the immaturity, and all that other nonsense that came from the past is exactly where it's supposed to be, in the past. And the Knight of Swords comes to shed light with his sword by severing old beliefs, old thoughts, old ways of seeing things, and getting that demon off your back. So some of you have already done work. With cards like this, you've already done work, but there's just more work to do. And what are the cards saying to do? Well, the first thing it's saying to do was to get those collaborations, go to those groups, find out everything that you can find out that will help you shift how you see yourself in a very practical manner. Okay? Like, we're not talking about, I'm going to go on a retreat to Alaska and stay there for 2 weeks. It's like, okay, what can I do today? I mean, really, maybe just some affirmations. This is kind of like building yourself up. Affirmations. But the number 3 came because there needs to be a collaboration. All right? Otherwise, there's just going to constantly be these false new starts. And we're asking how to stop these false starts, and let's move on. So the next card is the 7 of Wands, which talks about defending who you say you are, right? In the Bible, Peter asked Jesus, who do they say that I am? And Peter told him, and then then Jesus said, well, who do you say that I am? Right? So what the cards are saying, because number 1, the wands represents action, so it's going to require action. All right? And so we have this action with that 3 of coins again, like getting into service for yourself, getting into action. And the 7 of wands is getting into action with defending yourself, and the number 7 represents God, right? So prayer, maybe prayer will help you with the Hierophant here that's supporting you. All right? But it looks like it's some type of ritualized routine prayer. And then that will, that will change your perspective on things. So what the cards are saying is use prayer, use going to groups that are supportive, and defend and use yourself. Because all of this is in the past. And since the cards are not showing me anything like the 10 of Swords in the future, it looks like it's just about making the decision to do something about, this, how you feeling about yourself, so that you can let this $6,000 in. Okay? Hopefully things are shifting now.